What up, what up? Y'all already know this is Pun Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moo Shine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know May 20th, Devin the Dream Haney versus Vasily Lomachenko, and the fight is titled Checkmate. Checkmate. But let me tell you like this. Devin Haney already proved that he's the best chess player in the lightweight division. He already checkmate everybody. He been checkmate Lomachenko. He been checkmate the WBC Mauricio. He checkmate Top Rank. He checkmate ESPN. He checkmate Loma. He checkmate Kamobosos, and he checkmate Teo. How? Look, you already know I break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. If you're gonna respect me, you know what I'm saying? It's because I break it down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. Let me tell you how Devin Haney checkmate everybody. Let's not forget. Let's take it back to memories lane. As we all know, Devin Haney put himself in position to be a mandatory to Vasily Lomachenko. He put himself in position. They never order a mandatory, but he put himself in that position to become a mandatory to Vasily Lomachenko. You already know Vasily Lomachenko got awarded and got elevated as the franchise belt, a franchise belt that we all, the boxing world, hated. When Canelo Alvarez was given the franchise, we didn't like it. When Lomachenko was given the franchise, we didn't like it. If anybody got a potential franchise or Estrada, we didn't like it. We did not like it. But Vasily Lomachenko, of course, fought Teofimo Lopez, right? Teofimo Lopez was the champion, the best fighting the best. Of course, that's a better matchup at that time. But let's not forget that Devin Haney put himself in position to get an opportunity. But of course, Loma and Teo was a better matchup. But anyway, Teofimo Lopez, on the eve of fighting Vasily Lomachenko, he already noticed that the WBC was going around. Mauricio was doing interviews and things of that nature, saying that the franchise was put above any world title in the lightweight division. Teofimo Lopez did not like the franchise like we ain't like the franchise. But if you're going to say that this is the elevation and this is this the elevation, this is the title, this is the title in the WBC, and I'm going for undisputed, this is my legacy as well, then put that belt on the line. Hey, Mauricio, if you was trying to say that the franchise is put above any world title, then put that belt on the line. And that's how the things change and the rules change with the franchise title. Not because Teofimo Lopez wanted to become a franchise. It's because the WBC Federation decided that that's put above. But anyway, boom, Teofimo Lopez beat Vasily Lomachenko. Undisputed. ESPN said that this fight was undisputed. To the whole world, 4.2 million people looked on. Teofimo Lopez versus Vasily Lomachenko. The winner becomes undisputed. ESPN. Remember that. ESPN. I'm going to tell you, it's going to come back around and how there's a checkmate. Even Devin Haney checkmating ESPN. Peep this. So fast forward, of course, Devin Haney will have to face guys like Santiago, had to face guys like Gamboa, had to face guys like Linares and Jojo Diaz and things of that nature. Teofimo Lopez took it a purse bid. Took the fight with George Kamobosos to purse bid because Top Rank didn't want to give him the type of money that he asked for after the Lomachenko fight. Like, yo, you gonna value me? Like, yo, let's get this money. Let's get the George Kamobosos, get my mandatory. Let me make my first defense and things of that nature. Now, there was people around there saying, yo, well, Teofimo Lopez got to fight Devin Haney because he still got a title and he's a champion. Even though that a lot of people felt that Devin Haney didn't earn that title. It was given to him. Once they elevated Vasily Lomachenko, then they elevated Devin Haney as a champion as well, in which he didn't beat nobody to become a champion. So people was questioning his champion status. He didn't beat nobody. Blood, sweat, and tears. He didn't beat nothing for that belt. So Devin Haney was not respected. It was calling him AOL champion, email champion, and things of that nature. And even I have stated the same thing. Not that I disrespect Devin Haney as a fighter, is that I'm not going to respect the way that he got the belt. That's unbiased, logically, and objectively. We got to keep it real. We can't, at that time, we can't compare a fighter that blood, sweat, and tears won a title like Shakur Stevenson did at the time, like Teofimo Lopez did, like I'm talking about the young fighters like Bam Rodriguez did and things of that nature. And then Devin Haney, you can't celebrate him as a champion when other guys actually went and fought and became a champion. But fast forward to that, I'm going to tell you how he checkmate everybody. So Teofimo Lopez took it a purse bid because he felt like Top Rank didn't value him, you know what I'm saying? Took it a purse bid. Triller came out of nowhere, won the purse bid, $6.2 million, as we all know that, right? Everybody was surprised. Everybody was actually celebrating his move because it's like you as a person, you value yourself and maybe other people won't value you. So you got to bet on yourself. So what Teofimo Lopez did is actually bet on himself, and he actually won the purse bid, a great number that nobody thought that it was going to be that much. But after the Vasily Lomachenko fight, he deserved that. So let's just keep on rolling. You know what happened? He took that L. He took that L from George Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? He reconstructed his contract before the Kambosos fight. Y'all know it was postponement after postponement after postponement. You know what I'm saying? Triller felt, didn't come through. So it had to go to the second bidder in Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, DAZN. DAZN was working with, DAZN and Eddie Hearn was working with Devin Haney. At the same time they were trying to push that Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez fight, they inserted Devin Haney into that promotion. You know what I'm saying? Keep his name alive. Keep his name relevant. Not alive, but relevant within other people's fights. Smart business move, right? But even the reason why Eddie Hearn got that fight is because Top Rank still didn't value Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos. They was the third highest bidder. Below DAZN and ESPN. So Triller found Teofimo Lopez more valuable. Eddie Hearn found Teofimo Lopez more valuable. And Top Rank still didn't value Teofimo Lopez after being Vasily Lomachenko. So peep this. So y'all already know he lost to George Kambosos. And then George Kambosos was saying that he's undisputed. And then he was saying that, you know what, he's going to fight Devin Haney. Well, first, he was supposed to fight Vasily Lomachenko. Vasily Lomachenko, remember, he was supposed to fight George Kambosos. He was out there in the war in Ukraine. And then Lomachenko said, you know what? I got to pass on this. I got to be there for my peoples. So think about it. Devin Haney was not going to get the title shot, or it was not going to get the fight with George Kambosos. It was going to be Vasily Lomachenko. So in all actuality, Kambosos was looking at Vasily Lomachenko in a higher level, in a higher status, as a better fighter, as a better accomplishment than beating and fighting a Devin Haney. Well, you all know, right place at the right time. Lomachenko, he bowed out. And Devin Haney said, hey, yo, I'll fight you. Give me the same contract y'all was going to give to Vasily Lomachenko, and I'll fight y'all. Give me the same contract. Heard they was trying to make it difficult and things of that nature. And guess what? Devin Haney signed with Top Rank. Devin Haney got more money to fight George Kambosos than what Top Rank wanted to give Teofimo Lopez to fight George Kambosos. So peep this. Devin Haney became more valuable than Teofimo Lopez, and he just signed to Top Rank. He just signed to Top Rank. Let's not forget that several months before that, there was supposed to be a meeting with Devin Haney and Top Rank, and Devin Haney didn't show up. You remember that infamous, why you ain't come to the meeting between him and Teofimo Lopez, Bill Haney, Teofimo Lopez Sr. and Eddie Hearn was out there. Why you ain't come to the meeting? Well, Devin Haney didn't go to the meeting, but he went to the right meeting. The right meeting that put him in the position of where he at today. He went to the right meeting. He went to the meeting with George Kambosos. George Kambosos, y'all already know, lost to Devin the Dream Haney, and Devin the Dream Haney became a lightweight undisputed. And also, he earned the franchise as well. And what he did with the franchise, he threw it into the garbage. We haven't seen that franchise ever since the first fight with George Kambosos. So guess what? He checkmate by keeping that belt. That a lot of people, even myself, was saying, nah, don't keep that belt. Come on, man, throw it in the trash. You didn't earn that, Devin Haney. You could earn it. It's inevitable they're going to be a world champion, but earn it the right way. Devin Haney, his pops are like, man, I don't give a damn what y'all talking about, man. We holding on to this belt. This is power. And because they held on to a belt that they didn't earn, and they held on to a belt that a lot of people were saying that didn't respect them, you were email champ, but they held on to that belt. Even if they're going to feel, if they're going to be disrespected, devalued and stuff like that, they held on to that belt. I don't give a damn. Son, I don't give a damn. We're going to keep this belt because it's going to bring us power. We're going to stay in position whether they like it or not. You keep that damn belt. We pay that sanctioning fees. It doesn't matter. We pay our way. He became undisputed. And he did what many of us wanted even Canelo Alvarez to do and everybody else to do. And they did. There's no more franchise. Checkmate. There's no more franchise, but guess who paid the sanctioning fees for the franchise? Teofimo Lopez did versus George Kambosos. And now that belt doesn't even exist anymore. Because Canelo Alvarez said, I want to become undisputed. I'm not going to use the franchise. And Devin Haney got a franchise, and he threw that shit in the garbage. And Juan Francisco Estrada never used that ish. So now there was no, even if you go to the history, there's not going to be no franchise. They're going to be like, in the history book, they're going to be like, yo, what was the franchise anyway? Because that was just a thing for a short period of time. It's unfortunate. But the WBC played. Teo, Loma. They played them. Not only did they play them, let me tell you like this. Let me read this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me read this. Let me tell you who else also played. You remember ESPN stated that this fight, remember, I'm going to go back. You remember when that ESPN said that the fight with Vasily Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez was undisputed. And when he won the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, I still recognize it. I'm going to keep it real because I don't take nothing from nobody. I understand the politics. I identify the politics. I saw that was undisputed because I know that was the best fight of the best. I know that Lomachenko beat Luke Campbell. He never got beaten for it. He got elevated. I understood that. I identified it. It's not my job to take away from a Teofimo Lopez when he beat. But it's my word against other people. Like they say. Like Jay-Z say, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. It's way more people saying that it was disputed than anything else, right? So peep this. ESPN, the worldwide leading sport, advertised and marketed this fight as undisputed. Am I right? But lately now, Teofimo Lopez is going to be fighting Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor going to be fighting Josh Taylor June 10th. Look at now how they introduce Teofimo Lopez to the world. Now, let me tell you how they speak of Josh Taylor. Taylor, the Tartan Tornado, is the former undisputed junior welterweight champion, having collected all 4 major titles in the remarkable 4-fight run that included wins over Ivan Barichek, Regis Prograis, and Jose Ramirez. Now peep this, how they introduced Teofimo Lopez to the world now, leading up to the Josh Taylor fight. Teofimo Lopez is the former unified and lineal lightweight champion of the world. What happened to the former undisputed? How can the same ESPN said he's undisputed to the world, and now they telling the world that he was not undisputed? He's a unified lineal. He was a former unified and lineal lightweight champion of the world. In December 2019, he captured the IBF title with an explosive second-round knockout of Richard Comey. The following October, he bested pound-for-pound King Vasily Lomachenko to win the WBA, the WBO, and the WBC franchise. So now ESPN does not consider Teofimo Lopez undisputed. I'm telling you the truth, man. They played Teofimo Lopez. I gotta be honest. It's right there it's right there. I'm just analyzing what I've read. I'm just going about what they say. They say he's undisputed. Now they don't even consider. They ain't even mention in the press release that he's undisputed, leading up to the Josh Taylor fight. Checkmate. Because now Devin Haney is going to be fighting Vasily Lomachenko around the same time that they're promoting Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor. They're promoting Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko. But they now got to say Devin Haney is the undisputed. Checkmate on ESPN. Checkmate on Top Rank. Checkmate on the WBC. Unfortunately, checkmate on Teofimo Lopez because their own business handlers threw Teofimo Lopez under the bus with that. And not only this, Teofimo Lopez is going to be fighting in the theater, not the big room versus Josh Taylor. For Top Rank, Devin Haney is the cash cow of the lightweight division. They gave him more money to fight George Kambosos that they wasn't willing to give Teofimo Lopez to fight George Kambosos. He fought in the stadium when Teofimo Lopez was talking about fighting in the stadium. They fought in the stadium, followed up that. They followed in an arena with 15,000, and now he's going to be fighting for Vasily Lomachenko pay-per-view, Las Vegas in an arena. The tables has turned, not only in the ring and accomplishment, but also in their own respective brand promotional company. Now Teofimo Lopez is the second fiddle to Devin Haney, even on a big fight with Josh Taylor. The theater The theater, the last time Devin Haney fought in the theater was versus Saul Abdulov. That's a slap in the face. Checkmate by Teofimo Lopez. Checkmate on George Kambosos, because you thought that Vasily was going to give Vasily Lomachenko. And maybe you thought that Devin Haney was probably an easier fight. We don't even hear about George Kambosos really no more. WBC already got exposed with the franchise. They ain't pumping that issue no more. And Bob Arum see this fight as the biggest fight. $59.90. What is this? $59.99 for the pay-per-view? Is Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez going to be pay-per-view? I don't know. All I'm saying is, Devin Haney checkmate everybody. Let me know what y'all feel, man. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless. And on to the next.